Marte, so he's not in the lineup. We'll get to the Pirates lineup when they come to bat in the bottom of the first. Here comes the Braves starting lineup. They are 69-55, and despite being swept in the series over the weekend against the Rockies, they've won 15 of their last 23 games. Ronald Acuna Jr. will lead things off. Then it's Ender Inciarte and Freddie Freeman, the league's leading hitter. Nick Markakis is right behind him at 318. Johan Camargo, the switch-hitting third baseman, follows. Ozzie Albies is the switch-hitting second baseman. Kurt Suzuki catches. Dansby Swanson is the shortstop, and Kevin Gausman is the pitcher. The starting 8, the exact same order that Brian Snitker had in there last night.
Ivan Nova, as Greg said, making start number 24. He has been just fine, and he's not the kind of guy, Greg, that'll try to do too much because he's doing just fine, and there's nothing wrong with the pitching. So just keep on doing what you're doing, Ivan. Try to get you some support. Very good, as we said last time out, and even the start before that against San Francisco when he won with 6 innings of a 2-run ball.
On the defense, Kevin Newman going to get his second straight major league start at second base. His double play partner, Danny Echeverria, Jordy Mercer on the disabled list, and Josh Harrison tweaked that hammy the other day. Colin Moran and Josh Bell on the corners. Corey Dickerson, Adam Frazier at center, Gregory Polanco in right, and Francisco Cervelli is behind the plate.
And by the way, Mr. Nova has been very good career-wise against the Atlanta Braves. 3 starts, he's 3-0. So maybe he got the right guy against the right club.
3-0 with a 1.69 ERA. Customary greeting from Cervelli, and this time the quartet of starters in the dugout surprised Cervelli with a team hello. And Nova will face Acuna Jr. to start things off. Rare first pitch, ball 1 from Ivan Nova. Still a strong strike thrower.
Yep, about 3-to-1 ratio.
.75 at game time, a 41-minute rain delay.
And all of a sudden we've got a very pleasant late summer evening.
Breaking pitch to Acuna. The 20-year-old phenom from Venezuela, hitting .407 over his last 14 games with 8 home runs. He was 1 for 5 last night. And Nova gets him to chase. Cervelli will complete the K. Fell behind 1-0 and then came back and got him.
Yep.
Next 3 pitches.
Low breaking ball out of the strike zone. Unhittable. Wasn't hit. And he will take a seat. The last 2 wins for Nova, or excuse me, the last 2 wins, yeah, against San Francisco and Cincinnati.
Here's Ender Inciarte, who helped beat the Pirates with his arm last night. But still a solid year offensively. .250 hitter with 7 homers, 49 RBIs, but he's a tough out. And going to try and bunt for a hit. Cervelli, 2 away.
Nice and tidy start to this ball game. The bunt, the fake, and then the bunt again. Never got it far enough away from the Pirate catcher.
Wanted to hug that third baseline and get it toward Moran. Couldn't. Freddie Freeman now lifts this to left, a line drive, back a few steps and over, and quickly after that first pitch, ball 1 to Acuna, Ivan Nova dispatches the Braves. A beautiful night for baseball, for boating, and for just being in this wonderful city of Pittsburgh. Round 4 starting lineup now for the Pirates. It is Corey Dickerson leading off. He has a 6-game hitting streak. Adam Frazier follows with Gregory Polanco and Josh Bell in the 3-4 spots. Francisco Cervelli bats 5th. Colin Moran is the 3rd baseman. Adeiny Echeverria has been solid since joining the Pirates. His last 5 games, he's hitting .385. Kevin Newman and Ivan Nova, the starting 9 against Kevin Gausman.
As Greg said, coming over from Baltimore, making his 4th start for the Atlanta Braves, 25th overall in the season. A couple of starts against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 0-1, and the Pirates have had their way with him. 11 innings total pitched, 10 earned runs, but he's won his last 2 for the Braves. After losing to the Mets, he beat Miami and Milwaukee. 27-year-old, 6'3", 200 pounds, Kevin Gausman.
Corey Dickerson, a 6-game hitting streak. He has 7 hits in his last 13 at bats. Trying to get this offense started.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. Just a matter of when. It's going to happen.
He was 1 for 4 last night. He had the base hit in the 7th inning that we thought might tie the game. Adeiny Echeverria thrown out by Ender Inciarte. There is the new Pirate shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria. And Inciarte, the 2-time Gold Glove Award winner. Inciarte, he's flanked by Ronald Acuna Jr., Nick Markakis in right, Johan Camargo, Dansby Swanson, Ozzie Albies, Freddie Freeman on the right side, Kurt Suzuki catches. Inciarte showing off those solid fundamentals last night. He can go get the ball. Corey Dickerson, thought maybe he had gotten a piece of it and did not, according to the home plate umpire Ben May. So it's a strikeout.
Just beyond his reach.
David Rackley, Chris Guccione, and Larry Vanover. See if we could get back to that. Did he get a piece of it? Maybe he had an argument there. Did he get a piece of it? 0-1 on Adam Frazier. He thought he did. 0-2, Frazier. 0 for 4 last night.
That dramatic home run that gave us one of the 2 wins. By the way, Gausman has given up 22 total so far this year.
Wow. Back-to-back Ks. Gausman, who in conversation with his new pitching coach Chuck Hernandez, as they go upstairs, they decided to ditch the windup in a bullpen session after joining the Atlanta Braves. Simplify things. Seen pitchers do that, even starters. Most relievers work from the stretch, and Chuck Hernandez said, you know, you don't have to use the windup at all if you don't want to.
Still strange for me to see a starter going from the stretch, but there he is.
And Polanco flies out. So just as quickly as the Braves go down, the Pirates 1-2-3.
Bordas and Bordas. Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
It is still 0-0. It's been the score
for 2 weeks.
Most days, most nights. It's just incredible. Pirates pitchers, what they're doing to the opponent, and Pirates offense. Yeah, looking for some runs. He's ready to go. So is Ivan Nova against Nick Markakis. Drove in the game's only run last night. His 81st ribby of the year, and it came in the very first inning after Chris Archer retired the first 2 batters. Gave up a double of Freddie Freeman and a Markakis single to right.
Well, Greg, at least it wasn't a home run, solo home run we've been seeing.
Nova has given up 21 homers, tied for 7th most in the National League. Chris Archer there with Clint Hurdle. Gave up that run and suffered the loss. But the starters, the whole pitching staff has been just phenomenal, this Pirates team. Pitchers have again given up just 1 run each of the last 5 games. First time Pirates team had accomplished that feat since August of 1977.
And the bullpen's been just as good, maybe,
yeah,
with their responsibilities.
Bullpen working on a 16 1/3 scoreless inning string. And now 3-2 on Markakis. Markakis, Camargo, and Albies here in the second. And lifted toward right center. Frazier. Nova gets Markakis on a 3-2 pitch. His 1.9 walks per 9 innings ratio is tied for 3rd best in the National League. He's been especially good here at home this season, a 3.32 ERA at PNC Park.
Yeah, and you take a look at it, another angle of all that. He started 23 games, 27 walks.
Weekly hit to Bell. Routine to retire Camargo. Such an interesting dynamic how it's a team game, but you separate the pitching staff and the offense. I was thinking about that when we showed Ray Searage there in the dugout, how pleased he must be over the last couple weeks especially. And then on the other side, the frustrations of the hitting coach.
Yep.
Jeff Branson.
It has been really strange. And you know, when you look at 2 aspects of a team, pitching and hitting, thank goodness the pitching has been that good, or you know, this could be a real mess.
Line toward left. Nothing messy about this. Pretty clean. 9 pitches. Ciarte last night. This is the throw to get Echeverria. StatCast AI powered by AWS.
And look at him. He's got a nice bounce to his momentum. It was wonderful rhythm on his part. He got the high bounce. He was running in. He had everything going for it, and he delivered.
Talked about how they work on those plays.
Textbook.
Yeah, it really was textbook. A great job by Kurt Suzuki.
Yeah, there's been a couple of great tags at home plate against the Pirates. Contreras did the same thing, or in a different way.
You look at really the catching in general of this. I guess we're focusing in on it. The homestand, the plays at the plate, the job that Cervelli has done throwing out runners. Elias Diaz the other day to help get that game into extra innings with his great pitch blocking ability. And catchers and pitchers work in tandem on all facets. The pitchers will often credit the catchers for outstanding pitching performances, which again has been the case certainly all homestand long. Tom Prince works closely with the catchers, the bench coach standing next to Clint Hurdle.
Yep, they don't get the headlines, they do the work. It really looks like Gausman maybe has a plan to throw a lot of high fastballs. Off-speed pitch there, but he's been upstairs a good bit early on.
It's kind of in vogue these days.
Yeah. Remember when we used to read about Jim Hickey in a spring training about 2 or 3 years ago, talking startling article. Pitching upstairs, what's that all about?
Jim Hickey now the pitching coach at Chicago with the Cubs, long time with the Rays. 2-2. Full count now on Bell. Gausman making his 4th start with the Atlanta Braves. And you saw those numbers, the control numbers, 36 total walks now. Pretty good himself. 145 innings. Foul ball, says Ben May.
Gausman did some decent work with the Baltimore Orioles, 39 and 51 with some bad teams. 27 years old.
It's as if the Orioles were always hoping he would kind of get over the hump.
Like Arrieta, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Well, that's what people are wondering. Orioles fans are wondering.
He did.
Like Blass, who figured it out early as a Pirate.
That's my shirt. I signed that.
She sure did. Well done, by the way. Nice symmetry. 3-2 again. And a base hit into right center. Well, you know, it was 50 years ago, 5-0. 50 years ago today that the Pirates bats busted out against the Cincinnati Reds. They beat the Reds 19-1 on 23 hits. So when we came on our telecast tonight, we showed the Willie Stargell statue, and we wondered whether the Pirates could channel their inner Stargell. Well, on August 21st, 1968, everybody contributed to that 19-1 victory, including Steve Blass himself. He had a hit in the victory. He went 8 innings and improved to 11-5. That shellacking of the Reds beat Jim Maloney.
Nice to have that little burst of offensive support. 19 runs. That helps.
And Elroy Face came on for some reason to pitch the 9th to protect that 18-run lead.
Yeah, well, yeah, what was that all about?
Cervelli takes 2-0.
Tell you that yeah, I'm wondering about that, because that was a pretty good run right at that point of that season for me. I was pitching a lot of complete games.
Steve, maybe your pitch count was up to 100.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
3-0 on Cervelli. Gausman, his 4th start. He has faced the Pirates not only a bunch in spring training. The Orioles trained in Sarasota just south of Bradenton, so they see the Pirates a lot, but regular season games is his 3rd time in his career. And he walks him on 4 pitches following the hit.
Wait a minute, we got something going here, Greg.
Stop the presses. Colin Moran will come to the plate. And the Pirates just been dreadful with runners in scoring position. Another graphic that we showed They're open. And here's a situation for Colin Moran. Can he deliver?
When's the last time we had like a 2-run gap shot? That's
look way back. Give us some time.
They're kind of
Look
sweet.
into the record books.
Yeah.
The last crooked number the Pirates put up Saturday, they scored 3 second-inning runs against the Cubs.
Was that one
on Moran?
2 free passes to start that?
Yep.
So it was gift wrapped.
Overshift on Moran. Shortstop Swanson over on the right side. Moran 1 for 2 last night.
You know, Greg, it's just an opinion on my part, but to me, at the major league level, you're going through these things. They're working just as hard as they would be if they were scoring 7 runs a game. I mean, the effort, the work put in is not different. I mean, these guys are trying to do good. That's how they make the most money. They're trying to succeed every night. It's just not working right now, and it will.
Two and one on Moran. The rookie with 45 runs batted in, which is currently 3rd in the National League behind Brian Anderson of the Marlins and Christian Villanueva of the Padres in the RBI department among rookies.
I guess the one thing you look at in these situations too, you just start trying too hard.
That's the question that can never be answered.
Right,
Are they pressing?
Correct. That's exactly right.
You can talk to them all you want. They say, no, we're not pressing. We're relaxed. But are they gripping that bat handle just a little tighter than they normally would?
I know it's more comfortable to come up to bat with a couple men on when you're up 5 runs from a comfort level.
Chop to the right side. They get 1. They do not get 2. Albies to Swanson on that slow chopper. Fielder's choice 4-6. Well, Swanson doing all he could. Moran does not run well at all. Even though it's a slow chopper. He tried to turn it.
It's a pretty good defensive duo up the middle for Atlanta. Really crisp throw. Awkward throw from Albies over to second base.
Here is Echeverria. He hit 8 last night in the 7th spot tonight. And starts him off with a breaking pitch. Gausman was drafted in the 1st round in 2012. 4th overall that year. The Astros picked Carlos Correa #1. And look at this double play ball. That's just incredible. It's unbelievable. It continues. 0-0.
Scoreless here at PNC Park. And speaking of the men in black, or blue if you will, those guys actually had a chance to do some really cool stuff at the UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh earlier today. Let me show you what they were able to do. Put some smiles on some really great kids who are coping with cancer and other serious illnesses. Their interaction including supplies for a Build-A-Bear and the workshops that come with it, complete with a bear-sized pirate uniform to produce smiles and laughter. Today's stop is the 11th of 14 scheduled for the season and the 150th that the Men in Blue have made since 2006. The Blues for Kids program has been very successful once again. Guys, priceless moments for some kids that really could use anything to cheer them up.
Yeah, good stuff.
Tip of the cap.
Yep. Kurt Suzuki takes ball one. And lifted to shallow right. Polanco in. He's going to call for it. Kurt Suzuki will fly out to shallow right.
Come on in. You got the best angle. Call everybody off. And that's what
No, no. What's that wry smile from Nova? Was there a little bit of a snow cone there?
Yes, there was. Yeah,
Oh,
saw a lot of white in there. Yep. He calls everybody off, and then
Polanco like, okay, yeah, that's why.
Fingertips.
Mm-hmm. Made the catch. Dansby Swanson, who was 1 out of 3 with a walk in last night's game. First pick out of Vanderbilt 3 years ago, the very #1 pick in the nation by the Diamondbacks.
Good breaking ball there. That's a perfecta. Good angle, good location, good finish, good result. Right to the glove.
Wow.
Well, that's exactly what Acuna did.
Well, a couple of young players, Acuna and Swanson, chasing that breaking ball in the dirt, not close. Fooled by that.
That goes in the book too for later reference, perhaps.
Now, the pitcher Gossman.
Not an extensive resume, as you would think and guess and know.
1 for 17 at the big league level. Just gets a piece.
Yeah. Didn't look like a very enthusiastic effort.
Oh.
A lot of options now available for Ivan Nova. See what he goes with. Still a lot of options available for Ivan Nova to get this third out.
Slapped and just foul.
I didn't see that contact coming. Maybe better try a little wrinkle, maybe a little spinner.
Yeah, be done with this. Wow. Didn't see this coming either.
No.
This is bat being extended.
Yeah, Gaussman really set him up good.
Half swing. Moran on to Bell. So it's been 9 up, 9 down for Ivan Nova. Some concern that he might wind up on the DL again, but sounding as though he's going to avoid that.
Yeah, if you pull it real good, you don't go back to the dugout like that. So hopefully it situation to get him back in there soon. You see some of these guys with a hamstring, they go down like they're shot.
Yeah. So glad that we could eventually play ball after a 41-minute rain delay. I know that Natalie Schmidt is here, Vice President of Investment for Wells Fargo Advisors. She bid on a Best Buddies auction this past winter. We thank you for that, Natalie. Best Buddies does a great job. And this is the middle game of a 3-game series. They'll finish things up tomorrow night and then a long road trip again. And 2 September homestands. As Kevin Newman, second big league start, was 0 for 3 with a strikeout in his first 4 major league at bats last night.
Look at a well done major league fastball, well located in that first pitch.
Kevin Newman fan.
Boy, another great location. That's 2 perfectos. And interesting how fans will see a young player coming up, a rookie, and they'll pick out their favorites and kind of
gravitate toward them.
Yep, maybe get a jersey, follow their progress.
Oh, Newman down on strikes on 3 pitches. 3rd K for Gaussman.
Threw him 2 perfectas to start out and then went off speed and had Kevin out in front.
Gaussman's first 3 starts as a Brave against the Mets, Brewers, and Marlins. Ivan Nova with 1 hit this season and 45 at bats.
And now several options available for Gaussman here with the 0-2 count. He picks that one.
4 Ks. 2 up, 2 down as we go to the top of the batting order. We invite you to take in a game in the upper deck bleacher seats at PNC Park. Every ticket includes $10 in loaded value, good for concessions or merchandise on the day of the game. Check them out when the Buccos kick off their next 6-game homestand starting September the 3rd. Get tickets at pirates.com. Upper bleacher seats at PNC Park.
And trust us, they're all good.
Yeah.
They are all good. No bad seats in this house. Remember back coming up to the big leagues, Forbes Field had those seats in back of the girders.
Yeah.
They weren't so good.
No. No matter what people want to believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Romanticize about every seat in the ballpark being a good seat. Well, Dickerson did not look good swinging out of the zone in the first on a pitch in the dirt. He thought he might have just barely nicked the baseball. Replays were not conclusive.
Maybe if we'd called New York, maybe they'd have
maybe
a different look.
Corey Dickerson, Steve, aware of this, named the recipient. I guess he received it officially before the game. Heart and Hustle.
Got it right here. Major League Baseball alumni.
I guess he'll receive it tomorrow officially, huh?
Yep.
That award before the game.
Yep. Every team does it, and then they'll have an overall winner.
2-2. We made mention of this the other day. You were talking about how it's interesting to see how fans will gravitate toward a certain player, whether it be a player coming up through the minor league system or a player who was acquired from another organization, as was the case with Dickerson. And the other day, he had a Make-A-Wish kid and a Make-A-Wish family in the clubhouse, giving them a tour. And young man, I think 18 years old, his wish was to meet his favorite Pirate, Corey Dickerson. And a fly ball to center, sending Inciarte back a few steps, and the Pirates go down in order. Through 3, it's still a 0-0 game.
Tuesday, and our guest is that man right there, the rookie, Kevin Newman. Twitter Tuesday. So our first question for him is, who was your favorite baseball player growing up?
Derek Jeter. I just grew up idolizing him. Shortstop, obviously, and
Right.
the name speaks for itself. It's just on and off the field, just a model citizen and an unbelievable baseball player. So I always looked up to him.
Did you wear number 2 as well at some point?
I did.
Oh,
How many times?
Whenever I could. Whenever I could. In college, I was number 2. And then other than that, it was just whenever it was available. That was definitely my favorite number.
so I guess you could say he's still wearing a 2, just followed by a 7?
Well, good choice to.
Yeah, 27. It's a push there.
But it's interesting, though, that these infield, even Danny Echeverria, I asked him the other day about his hero growing up, and he mentioned a couple of great Cuban players, but one of his top favorites, Derek Jeter. So following him in Cuba, just as Kevin Newman was.
Probably wouldn't hear that a lot from infielders.
Ronald Acuna Jr. struck out in the first. Here, people that have followed Acuna's progress and just absolutely raving about the talent, just off the charts, everything. 5-tool and then some. Fly to right. So far, the Pirates have neutralized him. Acuna Jr.'s name certainly up when people discuss possibilities for Rookie of the Year, along with Juan Soto, who in 80 games has driven in 44. Brian Anderson, we mentioned him. He is the RBI leader among rookies. Jack Flaherty, who has 7 wins as a rookie for the Cardinals. Walker Buehler, 3.19 ERA for the Dodgers, just to name a few.
Yep, the kids are doing just fine. Good crop of young major leaguers. I was very impressed with Flaherty when we saw him here in Pittsburgh. 3.05 ERA for a rookie.
And we've talked about this from day one, Steve. Colin Moran gives you the impression he's been around for years.
Yeah, we take him for granted because he looks older, but yeah.
He's in a solid rookie campaign.
as consistent an arm across the infield as you're probably going to see from a 10-year veteran.
It's 2-1 on Inciarte. He offered. Of course, out of the bullpen for the Pirates. How about Richard Rodriguez and Edgar Santana?
Yes.
What they've done. Line towards center field. Frazier gonna have to play it on the hop. First base runner. Inciarte singles with 1 out.
Yeah, I tell you, we talk about a rotation, and we should, but boy, that bullpen is looking real good, not for just now, for down the road. This whole pitching staff for down the road.
Yeah, not just this year.
Yep.
I think that's the thing we have to keep reminding ourselves about Chris Archer, who's probably admittedly been a disappointment in his first few starts. 4 now. Line to center. That's a bullet. And it's first and second as Freddie Freeman, the league's leading hitter, moves Inciarte to second. Freeman lined out to left field his first time up. Smokes that to center. Now it's Nick Markakis. Flight out to Frazier in right center field, leading off the second. '81 RBIs for Nick Markakis. Sixth in the league in runs driven in. Eugenio Suarez of the Reds has 92 RBIs. The most in the National League.
Baez right up there near the leaders also. Javier Baez.
Yep, he's second. Jesus Aguilar of the Brewers is third. Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, and then Markakis. 2-0.
And now we got a little bit of an issue here at the top of the fourth after a fly ball out. Back-to-back singles and a 2-0 count against a real good hitter.
Who has a lot of experience against Nova. Nova, his years with the Yankees. Markakis with the Orioles. .333 lifetime against Nova. Well, obviously that's a big out. 2 away.
Yep, good on the other side. Good to get on the other side of him. It cost you 180 feet, but the big second out.
Inciarte and Freeman move up, and now Nova will face Johan Camargo. 24-year-old from Panama.
Yeah, for so many years we saw another gentleman playing third base for the Atlanta Braves.
Went into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yep. So classy of him to acknowledge Willie Stargell too in his remarks. Well, he's always been very classy. Chipper Jones, very deserving. Congratulations.
Right to Echeverria. Congratulations, Ivan Nova, putting up another 0.
It's time for the Toyota all-wheel drive RAV4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
Well, we move now to the bottom of the fourth inning. This scoreless tie.
This is not a replay.
No, we're live.
Yep, this is live.
Will this be the inning? The bats bust out. One hopper. Nice play by Albies. Slips on that wet grass. Stays with it to retire Frazier.
Ball well hit. Maybe a little bit of a short hop as the line drive went a long way. Handled it well. Get the body out of the way a little bit, but keep the glove there, and then one knee gets the job done.
Having some fun with his teammates.
What, you're in first place or near it, you're gonna have fun.
Polanco flied out in the first.
And they are by one game in first place.
Over the Philadelphia Phillies, two really surprises. Maybe the biggest surprise perhaps in all of baseball, the Washington Nationals, the disappointment again for that club. Starting the day 7.5 back of these Braves. And though the Nationals won't admit it, for the most part conceding this season by trading away Matt Adams today and Daniel Murphy.
On the other side of the coin, how about the Oakland A's?
Yeah, another
Surprising.
big surprise.
Yeah.
Standings in the National League East. Braves will still meet the Phillies. It'll be decided head to head who wins the division, because they play the Phillies a bunch toward the end of the year. In fact, 7 of their last 10 games will be against the Phillies.
That will be a big finish.
Pirates will be heading to Atlanta for the first time all season during the upcoming road trip, which starts Friday in Milwaukee. And toward right, Markakis brings up Josh Bell. We invite you to take in a game in the Pirates Cove at PNC Park. Get all your favorite ballpark snacks included. Tickets only $30, and tickets include unlimited popcorn, peanuts, and soda. Buccos come home for the next homestand starting September the 3rd. Host the Reds for a 3-game series. Get your tickets. Go to pirates.com/cove. Also taking on these Braves tomorrow night. Josh Bell owns the Pirates hit. Bell singled leading off the second. Pirates had runners at first and second and nobody out. Couldn't get anything done. Moran bounced out, and then Danny Echeverria hit into a double play. Diving stop. Albies throws to first and gets him with a play.
Wow. Wow.
Ozzie Albies looking like the Wizard of Oz there. Reason to smile with a 21-year-old from Curacao.
Check this out.
Robs Josh Bell
on a wet track. Always works this way.
And the half inning starts the next half inning at the plate. And what range. Man.
And a great stretch by Freeman, too. He got a long reach, but it's a wet track, and he's just going to keep sliding, and finally gets up and a bullet.
Well, that's so impressive, that play. And Josh Bell, who was robbed of the hit, will step on the bag to routinely retire Albies on the first pitch. Probably with some satisfaction. Nova worked around some traffic last inning. Perfect baseball through the first 3. Retired the first 10.
But he's still doing what the starters have been doing.
Suzuki has a 7-game hitting streak. Make it 8. Frazier hustles to cut it off. Veteran catcher Kurt Suzuki. The 3rd hit of the game for the Braves. We'll see how Nova and Cervelli approach Dansby Swanson. They were able to get this second-year player swinging at a breaking ball in the dirt for his 2nd strikeout of the game.
Yeah, that's all in the file.
Oh, that's drilled to left. And if it's got enough height, it's gone. A line drive home run for Swanson. His 11th. 2-0 Atlanta. Dansby Swanson gives the Braves a 2-0 lead.
Found that near porch down the left field line. Line drive, it had enough carry. As you can see, just inside, he was able to turn on it. And that's number 22 given up by Nova, number 11 for Swanson. More known for his glove, but certainly got into that one.
Boy, does that feel good for Dansby Swanson after that first at bat.
Nova made him look bad.
Went over and hugged his hitting coach, Kevin Seitzer. Must have had a suggestion for Swanson.
You know, it could be, we got this pitch coming up, fouled away. It could be, okay, he got you with a big breaking ball. Now he might want to come inside to set it up again, just as a setup situation. Maybe didn't get it in far enough. Maybe told him, hey, look for some heat inside, that he would try to set up the breaking ball again. Who knows?
Kevin Gausman now has a 2-0 lead. The pitcher at the plate. Gausman picked up his first major league hit in his last start against the Marlins. Another foul. That was the game that Jose Ureña started and hit Ronald Acuna the first pitch in Atlanta. I'm sorry, in Atlanta 6 days ago.
Now he stayed in the game, correct? Acuna?
No.
No, he came out of the game.
Yeah, but played the next day. He's on deck. And now it's 3-2. And Ureña was suspended 6 games. He's appealing that. His next start, he pitched a complete game. That has to be a first. One pitch ejection, next start, complete game.
Yeah, that, you don't see that. You just don't see it.
Acuna and the Braves received a big scare, certainly. Another foul. 10 pitch at bat for the pitcher.
Yep. Well, guys like Nova will throw strikes just sometimes for the sake of throwing strikes rather than walk somebody. So it's been a steady diet of fastballs.
You certainly don't want to walk the pitcher, who's now got at least 12 pitches coming. Though it's interesting that Gaussman did draw a walk when he batted against the Mets, and his next start against the Brewers. He's got 2 free passes and a hit his last 3 starts. And he strikes out looking on the 12th pitch of the at bat. So here is Acuna, and this was the game on Wednesday. First pitch, Urena, and the bench is emptied. A little shoving, and of course an irate Brian Snitker. Finally they ejected Urena, and both benches were then warned.
Now he had hit leadoff home runs in the previous 3 games.
I think it was 4 straight, right?
As a leadoff man.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Hit leadoff in the starting lineup for the first time in his career on July the 20th. He's been there ever since. Homered in 5 straight games from August 11th to the 14th. Oh, what a play by Echeverria.
Wow.
Oh, Maria Echeverria. What a play.
On the short hop, that's just really good.
And well, Danny Echeverria, since he came to the major leagues, been in Gold Glove discussions almost every year. Look at that play.
That's a bullet, and it's just going to eat up a lot of shortstops, but he stays with it, tries to get the glove where he thinks that short hop is going to be, and has to give ground because the power of the ball coming at him. He did everything perfectly that time. That is some kind of athletic play. These shortstops are they continue to dazzle you with some of the stuff they can do, and the stuff Albies did.
Yeah,
it's great to watch.
First pitch swinging, Cervelli flies out to right. Let's go back to Rob King, the studios, and a game break.
1-1 game in the sixth as we head back to PNC Park and Dragon Stadium.
Yeah, he hits the ball real hard.
Yep.
Whoa.
That's just a, what would Jim Tracy say, a vapor trail.
Yep. Here's Colin Moran. He takes a strike. Let's go back and find out about the exit velocity of that line shot off the wall. 114 miles an hour.
I would guess
That's
that's
double.
a good bit above the average.
Yes. 1-1 on Moran. Steve, 2-0 feels like 12-0 right now.
It does. It really does. It really does.
This drought, this offense continues.
And how about the young man that worked last night, Bryce Wilson, who was sent back down? But I mean, that was just a spot start, but that might be a name to remember. I thought he was pretty impressive.
Gautzman strikes out Moran. MLB at Bat is your #1 Pirates app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Pirates home screen icons and features like the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today.
It'll try anybody's patience, especially a major league manager. And they all talk about that. What's the greatest trait you can have as a major league manager? Patience. It's being tested.
Echeverria hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the second. And towards shallow left center field. And a nice running catch by Acuna. Showing off that great speed. 7-pitch inning.
On AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Visit our Kia showroom in Wexford. More vehicles than ever at the very best prices. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
On to the 6th inning, a 2-0 Braves lead. And Ender Inciarte steps in against Ivan Nova. Singled in the 4th. A 2-run homer by Dansby Swanson last inning is now the difference in this game. Inciarte, Freeman, Markakis. Did he? Ah, yes, good job by Cervelli to quickly ask for that appeal.
Yep, good sales job. Got the call. 0-2. Real good sales job. 'Cause I keep thinking when I see his first name, maybe he's a position player in a rugby team. Ender. Doesn't that sound like a position on some athletic team?
Yes.
He's an ender. Where's he play? He's an ender.
Well, that was a.
And a puller. He's also a puller.
Two, 3, 4 in the order. Ciarte in his 3rd year with the Braves. Got him looking.
Yep, got to get that call. He doesn't like it maybe, but that's a pitcher's pitch. So it's the end for Ender in this at bat. Number 4 for Ivan.
Yeah, you saw the beginner, that one pitch, that number 1, that was the beginner, and there's the Ender.
Yep.
It was. I thought it was a bender, wasn't it? There, that pitch.
It wasn't a bender, but well, yeah, it was a bender. Chief Bender.
I guess his player's nickname jersey is Game Ender. Did you see that in Ciarte's this weekend? You know, they get their nicknames on the back of their jerseys.
Game Ender.
All players, yeah.
Yep.
Liner to right. Polanco makes the catch at the bat of Freddie Freeman. And it will bring up Nick Markakis.
Hit it just well enough for it to hold up long enough for Gregory to surround it and get at it. The long strides of Gregory Polanco.
And the first pitch strike to Markakis.
Well, Nova has already had 3 1-2-3 innings, 3 up, 3 down. Nice to have one here in the 6th. Kind of extends you perhaps a little deeper into the ball game. Due to bat second, bottom of the 6th. And you would term it of just rolling along with another good start if we had about 4 or 5 runs, 6 runs, 12 runs, 25 runs. But we don't.
Trying to give the Pirates at least 6 innings for his 3rd straight start. Goes up and misses that one. 3-1 on Markakis.
Giving up 3 singles and the home run, so basically just really one real bad swing. But the emphasis is on that right now, the 2-run home run. He has not walked a batter. He's gotten some 3-2 outs, some 3-1 outs.
And on a 3-1 pitch, he'll bounce out to Newman. Oh, where is the Pirates offense? showcase local artists and tracks on Friday Night Rocks during every Friday Pirates game. Spinning Jenny is our featured performer this Friday night as Bucks take on the Brewers on Friday Night Rocks, presented by Iron City Beer. Bucks will be in Milwaukee this Friday. Here in Pittsburgh, the Australian Little League team coming from Williamsport to watch the Pirates. How about that?
Yeah, welcome, guys.
Here's Kevin Newman to lead things off. And then a pinch hitter on deck.
Greg, I was watching a couple innings of the Little League World Series. Kind of fun to watch what they do. I mean, they are accomplished players. They really are.
Pirates will be going back to Williamsport next year, take on the Cubs in the Little League Classic. Pirates and Cardinals met in the first annual Classic last year. Phillies and Mets this past Sunday night played in Williamsport. 1 ball, 1 strike on Newman. And a routine play for Albies. And now Starling Marte, who was out on deck, is called back in favor of Josh Harrison. So had Newman reached, Clint Hurdle would be looking for the long ball from Marte, and now he's looking for a base runner. So good to see Marte is okay.
Yep.
In case you missed it earlier, Clint Hurdle told the media late this afternoon that Marte had a doctor's visit today. Didn't provide any details.
And another really good start by Ivan Nova. Pirates starters continue. Gave up a couple runs in 6 innings. 4 hits, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 4. That's good enough most nights. Hey, who knows? We could score a bunch right now. Maybe give him a chance for a W. He's on the hook currently. Just in terms of endurance, Gausman went 6 innings last trip out to beat Miami, but the start before that against Milwaukee, 8 innings, 6 hits, just 1 run, no walks, 8 strikeouts. So got some endurance.
Ties up Jay Hay. The Orioles traded Gausman at the deadline to the Braves, who sent 4 minor leaguers to the Orioles.
Most of the good Brave minor league prospects, or a good many of them, are on this field. A lot of good young players.
That is for sure. Very talented. Eight of the top 20 Braves prospects coming into the season have played in the big leagues this year. And a base hit for Harrison on the 1-2 pitch. Pinch hit single for Jay Hay. You wondered about how these guys got over from Williamsport, who was their sponsor, and how about a former big league pitcher, former Brave Peter Moylan, organized the tickets for the boys. Our Point Park University tweet from Baseball Australia.
Good for you, Peter Moylan.
The Gold Coast Cougars. Very well done.
Was that 12 in a row since we
yes.
had a base runner?
Moylan currently on the disabled list for Atlanta. No reason to think he won't return at some point. Formerly pitching for the Braves, but I expect him to return at some point.
Got a good feeling about Corey Dickerson here in this at bat. Got a good feeling. But he's in the hole.
Michael Felice gonna pitch in the 7th.
Von Nova out of the game. Got a jacket on.
On 2 strikes, trying to work it here against Gaussman. 3rd time through the Pirates order. Dickerson struck out in the 1st, lined out to center field his last time up. Slaps it to left. Base hit. Just reached out. Dropped it into left field. 1st and 2nd.
That action. See him choking up, as we often do, usually do. Just a little soft serve the opposite way. Doing what he could do with that pitch.
Corey Dickerson, his 126th hit of the year. Leads the Pirates in the hits column. 2 on for Adam Frazier. Frazier, for a 2nd straight night, plays for Starling Marte, who was benched last night. Tonight, apparently not in the lineup. Under the weather or whatever. So we'll see if Frazier can't deliver. But Marte was on deck with Newman at the plate.
Josh Harrison bothering Gaussman a little bit, getting his attention, so he stepped off.
Oh, gets a nice call there, does Gaussman. Been a pretty liberal strike zone from Ben May. That one never caught any part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now he's in the hole.
Gaussman has walked 1, struck out 5.
Lefties hit .263 this year against Gaussman. Right-handed batters .282. Another foul. Gaussman pitched an immaculate inning this season. In fact, he was the first pitcher this year to pitch an immaculate inning. Did it April the 24th against the Cleveland Indians. Retiring 3 straight batters on 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts. Others to do it: Max Scherzer, Herman Marquez did it against the Pirates, and Zach Roskop did it Sunday. And a comebacker. And a slight collision, and he is out at 2nd. But if they had any hopes of a double play, that was quickly dismissed when they bumped into each other.
Yep.
Albies and Swanson.
Yep. Young players not communicating that time. This looked like the possibility of another one.
I think the Pirates are going to challenge this, Steve.
I was wondering about the collision with who was stepping
he never
where.
has the bag. Albies has the ball, but it was Swanson's foot that prevented him from hitting the bag here. Albies has the ball. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That is his foot there.
Toe got it.
At different angle. Thought that was Swanson's foot. And now Dickerson maybe twisted his ankle.
Right foot with the toe.
And he is out. So it's first and third, 2 outs. Call is confirmed. Pirates now need a 2-out hit from Polanco. Has struck out at a 1-hopper to second baseman Ozzie Albies. Oh for 3 so far tonight with runners in scoring position.
You got a couple outs, you get a ball down in the corner, you could have some interesting base running by Adam Frazier, perhaps. Gausman's still working at about 94, 95 miles an hour. Still got enough left for that part of his pitch selections.
Gausman drafted by the Orioles in the first round out of LSU. And now out in front of Polanco, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Went to high school in Aurora, Colorado. Grandview High School, teammates with Greg Bird, the New York Yankees first baseman. Two and two.
Trying to break the spell. Break the spell.
How about a long ball?
Yes.
Deep into the night. You know, you've had a 41-minute delay. You're now past the 9 o'clock hour. Need a cup of coffee, jumpstart you. I know Michael McHenry, the Fort, mentioned to you that he went to the clubhouse and poured coffee on the bats.
Yeah.
Coffee, Polanco, his nickname El Cafe.
It all fits.
And now it's 3 and 2 as they continue to work him away. And now the Pirate fans
sensing something.
Yeah, I mean, they are doing what they can, huh?
Yeah, they're behind this at bat.
Yeah.
El Cafe can deliver some coffee for everybody.
He homered the last day of July, his last home run, so he's looking for his first August dinger.
Frazier will be in motion here.
And a line drive to right's going to be hooked foul ahead, home run distance. Good catch above the Clemente wall, but foul.
Just a bit out in front.
Nice play. Good look on the Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Still 3 and 2. Checks and takes ball 4. Good at bat there from Polanco. And now it's Josh Bell.
Couple of good at bats for Josh. Got the base hit and then got robbed by Albies for the spectacular play. So here we go.
Bases loaded. Harrison, Frazier, Polanco.
Maybe he can channel Gus Bell.
One-time Pirate, Gus Bell. Right back up the middle. And he is out at second base. The Pirates strand 3, still being blanked. 2-0.
Or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And now we're on to the 7th inning, and it's 2-0 Atlanta. Dansby Swanson's home run in the 5th off Ivan Nova. The difference so far, Barrel Automotive League leader stat as the Pirates go to the bullpen, and the scoreless inning streak for the Pirates pen is currently the best going, 17 1/3. And Michael Felice, who's not pitched in the big league since July 26th, has been inconsistent this season. Recalled 10 days ago from AAA Indianapolis, and this is his first outing since his recall. See if Felice has figured anything out. Started the year at a 2.70 ERA in his first 22 games through May 20th. But his last 17 games have not been good. Felice an 8.27 earned run average for the Pirates over his last 17 games. Johan Camargo was 0 for 2 against Ivan Nova. Hard shot at Echeverria.
All about location. That ball was blistered. A lot easier than that other play he made that was so spectacular. Well positioned.
Allegheny Health Network injury update.
Still send you back a little bit for that power.
Showing bunt. Ozzie Albies has lined out and grounded out. And Felice did not get that call, that breaking ball.
It does get that one.
How about that? So the count is where it should be.
Yep, 1-1.
Whoa. Well, that was a good pitch there from Felice. Obviously, that off-speed delivery to Albies.
Way out in front. You can see how far out in front he was. The release.
toward left center, and it's going to get down. We'll bring up Kurt Suzuki, and now it's time for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. How about defense? Ozzie Albies robbing Josh Bell, ending the 4th inning. He was all smiles. And then Pirates shortstop Adeiny Echeverria robbed Ronald Acuna Jr. in the 5th inning.
Both terrific plays. I'd have to give the edge to the degree of difficulty to Echeverria with how hard the ball was hit. Of course, he's our guy too. So I'm going to give him the edge.
Ball 1 on Suzuki. Michael Felice. Pirates had talked about early in the year about has needed to get that slider back in play. Such a good one. Saw him that splitter that had Albies out in front, and that bat went sailing. I think he went back to back with that pitch, and Albies was ready for it a second time. Ball 1 on Suzuki.
Yeah, you'd like that pitch to be more consistent because there's still plenty of speed on a fastball.
Falls behind Suzuki, 2-0. Suzuki was aboard when Swanson homered in the 5th.
Pretty good lead over at first. But a good job there by Felice to hold the set position. Albies has 12 steals.
Now he's fallen behind Suzuki, 3-0. Kurt Suzuki, 2nd year with the Atlanta Braves, signed another 1-year deal with them. Drafted back in 2004 by the A's in the 2nd round.
They'll have to keep an eye on Albies here, I would think. Still not going.
And it's pulled fair inside the 3rd base bag. Dickerson has to really hurry to get it in. And he has some trouble, so this is going to be an RBI double and a 3-0 lead. Michael Felice gives up the line drive out, but then Albies singles and Suzuki doubles.
Right down into the corner. So you're right, Greg. He was going to have to do anything. Speaking of Dickerson, he was going to have to do everything just right because of the speed of Albies, and he doesn't.
He comes up with that cleanly. It was his only shot. He might have a shot. Now Dansby Swanson.
The road gets tougher.
And he drives one deep to left. Dansby Swanson has hit 2 two-run homers. And the Braves lead 5-0 in the 7th. On the year for Dansby Swanson. His first career 2-homer game. And if 2-0 felt like 12-0, 5-0 feels maybe like 50-0.
You see, he leaves it right up there over the middle of the plate, and Swanson doesn't miss it.
Kevin Gausman now has this big lead. Michael Felice gives up 3 runs, facing 4 batters.
And the first batter he faced hit an absolute bullet that was caught.
No doubter there from Dansby Swanson.
He certainly got even and then some from that first at-bat strikeout. Big night the bottom of the batting order for the Atlanta Braves.
The pitcher bounces to Moran. Disappointed Michael Felice. Again, just his first appearance for the Pirates since being called back up from AAA Indianapolis, and it has not worked out for him. Oh, and Acuna taking an aggressive swing on that pitch that was down and in.
Trying to rattle Danny Potash's cage down by the Pirate dugout.
The cage did not rattle. I was ready.
Nor were his nerves.
Never left his post.
Nerves were not rattled.
Not rattled.
Yep, never left his post.
There's a lounge chair there.
Robbie Inzbikowski has nothing on me.
We know that.
Okay.
And how about what you got there in the armrest on that chair, your left armrest?
Yeah, well, there's no drinks in it, so don't worry about it.
But looks very comfortable. Looks very comfortable there.
Well, it's a long night.
You got that right. You got that right.
And now down 5. Clay Holmes. And he walks Acuna.
It's not a great night for Michael Felice on his return. Ray Surge will come out to buy Clay Holmes some time.
As Ray Searage goes out to try and comfort Felice, Nissan road ahead. It's Julio Teheran tomorrow against Trevor Williams, who finds himself now 10th in the league in ERA. Trevor Williams looking for win number 11. We're talking about what a great job the starters have done. And Nova again tonight, 6 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits. Pinch hit for him in the bottom of the 6th. Otherwise, he'd still be out there. Josh Harrison singled as a pinch hitter. The Pirates had the bases loaded. Josh Bell bounced out to end that threat.
You know, you talk about the team results too, Greg, and you keep track of the fact that these starters that are pitching well, you know, from an individual standpoint, you like to see them pick up those wins for the efforts that they've given. It's just not happening.
That's pulled foul.
And hit sharply.
And 1-2 on Ender and Ciarte. Brave center fielder. What a trade that has turned out to be, by the way, for the Braves. December 2015, they traded Shelby Miller, the pitcher, to the Diamondbacks for Ender and Ciarte and Dansby Swanson.
Indeed.
One ball, 2 strikes.
28 pitches delivered by Michael.
Two and 2. Bell with the final out, but 3 big runs off Michael Felice. And the score now is 5-0.
Youth baseball and softball teams during every Tuesday game here at Pansy Park. The champs are in the house this evening. The 7 Mayor's Cup champions who played in that event are a softball team from Brookline, both the 12 under and 18 under, 15 youth Hazelwood softball team, 2 teams from Ward, both Pony and Colt, and a Little League team from Carrick. The Mayor's Cup event is a partnership between the Pirates and the City of Pittsburgh Parks and Recreation. Nice effort to see the Buccos honoring teams on a Tuesday night throughout the season, especially winners of the Mayor's Cup, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're still celebrating up there.
Yep.
Dansby Swanson celebrating his first career 2-homer game. 2-run shot in the 5th off of Ivan Nova gave the Braves a 2-0 lead, and then the blast off of Michael Felice made it 5-0. So a comfortable cushion for Kevin Gaussman, looking to go 3-1 in 4 starts as a Brave. Francisco Cervelli has walked and flied out, and really does not appear, once again, it's a broken record, but really not much stress involved in these outings by opponents.
Yep, just 80 pitches now delivered. That's quite efficient. Working in the 7th inning.
He got out of the bases loaded jam by getting Bell to bounce out. Had it not been for a minor collision, he might have gotten the double play off the bat of Adam Frazier, that comebacker. Really not many difficult plays. The Albies play on Bell was outstanding in the 4th. Albies scoring moments ago on a double by Suzuki. Kurt Suzuki, veteran catcher. And Kevin Gaussman, traded over from the Orioles. He made 21 starts for Baltimore, was 5-8 with a 4.43 ERA this year.
So last night we get a rookie, kind of a fill-in start. He was very impressive, and now a newcomer to the Atlanta rotation, and he is very impressive tonight. The Mets beat him his first start. He's trying to go 3-0 since then.
Line to left field by Cervelli, and that is extra bases. So Francisco Cervelli lines a double to left to start the bottom of the 7th. Down 5.
He got a lot of this one, kind of hooked it away from Acuna. Out in front of it. Easy 2 bases.
He's on base for a second time. Colin Moran has grounded out and struck out. See, approaching 90 pitches. And that's drilled to center field. Back is Inciarte. And with room, Cervelli will tag. 1 out.
Wrong part of the ballpark.
So Moran barreled it, but to dead center with room for Inciarte, and it brings up Adeiny Echeverria.
2 balls well hit. I'm just keeping an eye on the Braves bullpen. There's certainly no alarm at this point, but deep in a ball game, you see your starter get hit hard with a couple consecutive at bats.
Echeverria acquired from the Tampa Bay Rays. A Cuban defector. Now 29 years old. Originally signed by Toronto, as this ball is lined out to Albies.
Another ball well hit.
Got 3 hard hit balls here. Good approach too. Echeverria, who bounced into a 6-4-3 double play in the second, pulling the ball, this time going the other way, and lines out.
Nowhere to go. That ball, a bullet to second.
There's Kevin Newman. Good time to pick up your first big league hit right here.
And RBI.
Newman tonight struck out and grounded out. Last night grounded out 3 times, struck out. Was hitting .302 at AAA Indianapolis, leading the International League with the 74 runs scored at the time of his promotion. But the thing about it, when he came up, he didn't play. Awfully tough to ask any young player to come up and basically sit the bench for a while. Josh Harrison hurt, so he was in the lineup last night and again tonight, but he's been kind of watching since he came up a week ago, Thursday. And another ground ball to Albies. Leadoff double, nothing happening. 5-0 Atlanta. Allegheny Health Network Supermo look at some of the action tonight, including the home runs by Dansby Swanson. A couple of 2-run homers. These young Braves. And Starling Marte looks like he's okay. He's now in center field, this double switch. Adam Frazier moves from center to second. And Clay Holmes back on the mound as Kevin Gausman has pitched 7 shutout innings.
Nova, Feliz, and now Holmes.
Holmes had that disappointing start in San Francisco where he gave up 7 runs in 2 2/3 innings last road trip.
Gets the call on a high breaking ball. Let me move that downstairs a little bit. Location.
Doesn't get that call. 97. 3-1 on Freddie Freeman. He was 1 out of 3 against Ivan Nova, who gave up just 2 runs in 6 innings. Michael Feliz gave up 3 runs in the 7th. And now Clay Holmes walks the first batter he faces. Holmes' first big league appearance was April the 6th in relief. Pitched a couple innings against the Reds. He started the 14th of July against Milwaukee here at PNC Park and pitched 6 shutout innings. His first big league victory.
I remember that night. We didn't know what we were going to get, but we got a lot.
Markakis has flied out and grounded out twice. And Marte. 1 out. Johan Camargo will come up with Freeman at first. You know, Labor Day just around the corner, Monday, August 3rd. Make that September the 3rd. Spend the unofficial last day of summer at PNC Park cheering on the Buccos. Special 135 matchup against the Reds. Pirates.com for tickets. Yeah, September the 3rd. Monday is Labor Day, September the 3rd. So now Johan Camargo. He is 0 for 3. The Braves well on their way to winning their 70th game of the year. The Phillies trail the Washington Nationals in D.C. 1-0. Phillies a game back of the Braves in the National League East. This Braves team had started from scratch. And they made a little bit of progress last year, but most people believed that the year to contend was 2019, perhaps 2020. And boy, do they love Brian Snitker, 62-year-old, in his second full season as the Braves manager, 42nd year in the Braves organization.
I'm sure there's a guy watching this game on TV down in Atlanta by the name of Bobby Cox who is enjoying Brian Snitker's work as well as the ball players.
Holmes strikes out Camargo.
Second out here in the top of the 8th. First strikeout for Clay Holmes.
Always 1 for 3. Much better from the other side of the plate. He hits .333 as a right-handed batter, .248 from this left side. From Curacao. You look at the 21-year-old from Curacao, the 20-year-old from Venezuela, Acuna Jr. The Kennesaw, Georgia native, Dansby Swanson is 24. And you got the veterans, Freddie Freeman, Nick Markakis. There's been a good mix. Ender Inciarte, Holmes. Will lob it onto Bell. Not as comfortable as it should have been, but he puts up a 0. Pirates trail by 5. The 8th inning here at PNC Park. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the hold true moment later in tonight's game. Gausman pitching this shutout into the 8th. And under 100 pitches, he'll face Starling Marte for the first time. Dansby Swanson, a pair of 2-run homers. Marte pinch hit in the 9th inning last night and bounced out. He did not start because of basically lack of hustle on Sunday. And now he's in the hole 0-2. Ben Hurdle talked about how the fans have really given Marte a chance after what he went through last year, the suspension, 80 games, and a forgiving fan base welcomed Marte back. And not that you have to have a reason to hustle. You should be hustling
exactly
regardless every single time. It shouldn't be applauded for it. But we do applaud Marte and Keone Kella for joining us in the 65 Roses reception last night. Look at this play by Dansby Swanson.
He is the man of the night. That was blistered, and he made it look real easy.
The two shortstops, Dansby Swanson and Adeiny Echeverria, making two of the better plays this season.
I'll tell you, that is quality baseball right there. Quality baseball.
Tremendous play.
He's had himself a night.
Dickerson, one of the 4 Pirates hits. There's that note today you and I and Adam were talking about with these shutouts. The last 20 games coming into tonight, the last 20 games, Pirates shut out 1-0 4 times, including 3 in the last 5 games by 1-0 scores. Now it's 5-0, so this doesn't come into play tonight, but the previous 583 games the Pirates had been shut out 1-0 4 times in 583 previous games before this stretch coming into tonight. Bottom line, Pirates are trailing here 5-0. They have 4 hits, and they are in danger of being shut out for the 15th time this season. Already 14 shutouts, the most in the league. And it's kind of odd because the offense as a whole has been pretty decent.
Coming into this stretch. Yep.
Two outs. Pirates are 9th in the league in runs scored as Sam Freeman gets ready in the bullpen for Atlanta.
Saw him last night, scoreless inning.
And there's Swanson on the backhand. And who knows, maybe Brian Snitker will give Kevin Gausman a chance to finish up a shutout bid, but he's due up 3rd in the 9th. For Gaussman, he gets the hugs. Ryan Snitker and Ender and Ciarte. And his pitching coach, Chuck Hernandez. Julio Teheran against Trevor Williams tomorrow. Pirates Braves, 6:30 Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. Trevor Williams. Second inning for Clay Holmes. Suzuki, 8-game hitting streak now, 2 more hits tonight, doubled in 4 trips to the plate last night. Wow, now that hurt. You could hear it, see it. Got the protective elbow sleeve, but
that sounded like flesh. That didn't sound like it came off plastic armor. And Ron Washington and Brian Snitker in to attend to the Braves catcher. And he will not continue.
I'm sorry, I don't think he did have a sleeve on. Most of them do, and but he doesn't.
Oh, right in the back.
I think it clipped his elbow first, Steve. Let's watch. Looked like he was holding up his elbow as he walked off. Well, maybe just off to the side. He was just holding his.
It hurt wherever it got him.
Well, Tyler Flowers, pinch run and stay in the game and catch. Dansby Swanson.
You look at the damage of Suzuki and Swanson, a 2-man wrecking crew, really combining for 4 of the 5. Involved in all 5, really. All 5 runs.
Braves could go 2 up on the Phillies after tonight. Phillies trailing 1-0 in DC. Detroit beat the Cubs. The Tigers and Cubs played interleague ball in Detroit, and Jordan Zimmerman beat Kyle Hendricks. The Mets beat the Giants. Giants are now 3 games under 500 as Swanson is caught looking. Michael Reed, who was just called up today, is now pinch hitting for Gaussman. Reed up, and Bryce Wilson, who won his major league debut last night, was optioned back down.
Holmes in his second inning of work. A couple of strikeouts. A walk and a hit batter. Not all that close. I can remember when the Atlanta Braves had a pitcher named Ron Reed. He was also a professional basketball player back in the day. A breaking ball upstairs that is a strike, but I want to live with breaking balls at the top of the strike zone.
Two and two, and like the aforementioned Ron Reed, Clay Holmes, we didn't play pro basketball. Basketball star in high school. Stands to reason, 6'5", 230. Former 9th round pick of the Pirates back in 2011. Signed by Darren Mazeroski. That's a familiar name for Pirate fans, too.
Yep. Yep.
Bill's son.
Way back, Alex Presley, signed by Darren.
And several others.
Yeah, yep.
Who've made it to the big leagues. Luke Jackson will be pitching the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 on Michael Reed.
Gausman with 8 scoreless, 4 hits, a couple of walks, 5 strikeouts.
Headed up the middle. Nice play there by Newman, but he can't get the ball to Echeverria. Make that Frazier now over at second, who made the nice play, but that base hit, infield single. Frazier had come in from center. That double switch.
And it scoop it. Yeah, see, you try that play. If you catch the webbing of the glove, it just stops any further distance.
That's
frustrating, and it just laying there. You try to shove it out of your glove, and if you catch a part of the glove on the way out, that's what happens. That's why it's a kind of a risky thing to do. It looks pretty when it works.
Adam Frazier, the nice stop, but an infield hit for Reed. Ronald Acuna Jr. is 0 for 3 with a walk. And 1 for 8 in the series. Five runs on 8 hits now for the Braves.
Clay Holmes catching some flyers with that fastball. Trying to work it for 2 innings for Clint Hurdle.
Out of high school in Alabama, Clay Holmes. Ninth rounder in 2011. Walks Acuna on 4 pitches. And now they're loaded. And here comes Ray Searage.
This is when it gets tough, when you've got one aspect of your game trying to hold the fort, your pitching, when you're not hitting, and then the pitching starts to slide away. That's when it gets really messy looking.
Good research from the crack staff in the truck, mainly Jason Steele. The last number 8 hitter against the Pirates to hit 2 homers and drive in 4 runs in a game was Tom Prince. How about that?
Is that
The
interleague
current
up in
bench coach.
Minnesota?
Probably.
Phillies? Okay.
Ender Inciarte at the plate. And a strike.
And Tom was with the Phillies at that time, I'm hearing.
In the air to shallow left.
Nobody going anywhere.
And now Freddie Freeman will get what is likely the last at bat of his night. He is 1 for 3 with a walk as Inciarte flies out to Dickerson. Freddie Freeman came in as the league's leading hitter, .322 average. Here you see what he's done in his career with the bases loaded. The last Brave to win the batting title, we mentioned him earlier, Chipper Jones, 10 years ago, hit .364 to lead the league. Since they moved to Atlanta from Milwaukee in 1966, there have only been 4 Atlanta Braves to win the batting title.
Was Ralph Garr one of them?
Ralph Garr in 1974, Rico Carty in 1970, and Terry Pendleton in 1991.
Is that his MVP year?
Mm-hmm.
Edged out Barry Bonds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
That year.
And this ball gets away, and this wild pitch will score another run. Tyler Flowers scores. The Pirates was discussed during the pregame scrum today about the improved numbers against the running game, and that is true in terms of the caught stealing. But one area that just stands out, these wild pitches, 73 of them. Not close. Any other team in the National League. By far the most. Just can't figure it.
You know, we used to think part of the reason was if you throw a ball in the dirt, you're going to get lots of swing and misses. And you do. You really do. But you are playing with fire when you. Most of the time it's breaking balls. Breaking balls can spin all over the place, and you're going to get swings and misses, and you're going to get wild pitches.
3-2 on Freddie Freeman. Not only is Freeman trying to win his first batting title, Nick Markakis, who's on deck, came in second in the batting race.
Well, you look at that stance and the configuration of Freddie Freeman, and the eyes have it. You know, see, he looks like he is locked in, and I guess most batters do. But that shot we have of him from the other angle, from the pitchers, I mean, he looks like he's locked and loaded. It's a little wake-up call in the Braves dugout. Alert. Dugout alert.
Frazier will throw out Freeman. Another run in, and to the bottom of the ninth, it is 6-0 Atlanta. bottom of the 9th inning. We were talking about the fact that Dansby Swanson has hit a pair of 2-run homers from the 8th spot of the batting order, and the last player to do that against the Pirates was Tom Prince, and Matt Aaron found the video. Here he is against Todd Ritchie, Three River Stadium. He's hitting 8th for the Phillies. He's catching Curt Schilling. He drove in 4 runs and a 4-1 victory for the Phillies. Curt Schilling went the distance, and Tom Prince hitting his first 2 home runs of the season on that day at Three River Stadium, July 23rd, 2000. And Dansby Swanson from the 8th spot of the order, his first 2-homer game of his career.
Saw it right here. There you go, Tommy.
Kind of an ironic twist in that rookie umpire at second base that night at Three River Stadium was Chris Guccione, and he is at second base tonight. Symmetry in baseball.
Yep, time of game 2:03, 2 hours 3 minutes.
Yes. Todd Ritchie always worked fast. So did Schilling. Schilling allowed just 3 hits that day. Tyler Flowers now catching, and the new pitcher,
Chad Sabatka. Looking for 3 outs.
And that's a drive to right, and at least that'll break the shutout bid. A no doubt home run from Gregory Polanco, and that's number 20. It's 6-1. "20 homers for Gregory Polanco."
Yeah, little mile post achieved. At that 20 level, you can go from there. And that didn't take much time to get out of here. We're on the board.
And he becomes the 5th right fielder now to hit 20 home runs in a season for the Pirates. Dave Parker, Roberto Clemente, Bobby Bonilla, and Reggie Sanders, the others. Clemente did it 3 times. Parker did it 4 times. The right fielders to hit 20 or more home runs in a season.
I'll never forget, Greg, Perry Walker, one spring training, asked Clemente, it was well publicized, I need some more power from you. And I know one year he hit 26.
So he gave it to him. Called 3rd strike. Sobotka gets that call from Ben May. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. You wondered if this might happen. Kurt Suzuki got hit and left the game, and that first pitch zeroed in on Cervelli. Sobotka maybe sending a message. Hard thrower. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 on Cervelli. Sobotka and Flowers, the new battery. 2-2. Cervelli on base twice. A walk, a fly out, a double. Well, that ball gets up on you. 97 there. Big arm.
More speed out of all these bullpens. He was looking for the fastball that time, got out in front of it.
And struck him out looking.
Yep. Went away from the fastball, locked him up.
2 outs. We'll bring up Colin Moran to face the Sarasota, Florida native, Chad Sobotka. Moran, he's 0 for 3. Pirates going to fall back to a game under 500. Their record in August will drop to 7-12. And faint playoff hopes coming in. Even tougher now to create a scenario where that might happen as the Braves win the second game of this series. They snapped their 4-game losing streak with a 1-0 victory last night and a 6-1 victory tonight.
And that's that. About all you can say.
Swanson, 2 2-run homers, some slick defense on the infield, both sides, including both shortstops, Swanson and Echeverria, and Albies made a great play as well. And the Braves win it with a final of 6-1. We'll send it back out to Rob and Michael.
Well, we've heard this story before, right? I mean, the last half a dozen games, this has pretty much been it, at least on the offensive end. The Pirates, for whatever reason, mired in a slump. I don't know if you ever remember a team being mired in a slump like this that you were a part of.
I don't. I don't remember a lot of things that's going on right now. Good defense, good pitching. The bullpen scuffled a little bit tonight, but the guys on the opposite end are showing up night after night, throwing their best stuff out there, and the Pirates just can't get a break. And when they need a break, they even more can't get a break. It's just one of those times in baseball that's just really, really strange.
All right, just like we promised earlier, it's our Miller Lite Hold True Moment, and it is Dansby Swanson hitting out of the 8-hole. Great job by the guys coming up with that Tom Prince video. Unfortunately, it was Dansby Swanson from the 8-hole, 2 home runs, and a great defensive play here tonight.
Yeah, the guy's a very good player. First round for a reason, first pick overall for a reason. You know, he played great on both sides of the ball. It baffles me in the 8-hole, you get 4 RBIs, 2 home runs when you got the pitcher on deck, but at the end of the night, I'm sure they weren't trying to do that. It's just one of those things that just seems to have that tumble effect with what's going on right now with the Buccos.
Yep, Pirates lose by the final score of 6-1, so this very important homestand. They cannot have a winning homestand now as they've lost 4 of the first 6 games, splitting 4 with the Cubs and losing the first 2 to the Braves. Coming up on Pirates postgame, presented by the Allegheny Health Network, we'll give you a couple of injury updates on some Pirates players. We'll also be checking back in with Greg and Steve. You'll also hear from manager Clint Hurdle coming up next.